Alright, we'll pretend like I did not talk for 30 seconds. Welcome everyone to this AMA where we give updates about the project every week. Um, um, yeah, sorry for starting a bit later today. Started at 7 instead of 6. I was a bit taken with some real life issues, nothing too bad, so um, no need to worry. It's good to see you as always. NFTs Live 14, Soul Merchant, Jimmy, you guys always here, and welcome of course to the other listeners. This AMA is recorded and will be available on our YouTube channel. So if you need to bounce before the end, you can always catch it on YouTube later on. And for people that missed it as well, I know that a lot of people kind of go back to listen to it afterwards. So yeah. Yeah, a bunch of stuff we can talk about. There's been an important update to the tokens, and I'm here to talk about it and to answer any questions you might have about it, and give you some update about development, as always, what we've been doing behind the scenes, and yeah, kind of share the sentiment about what's going on in the space at the moment as well. I think there are some interesting topics to cover in regards to yeah, the state of Solana. And I see Arago is here as well in the space, so if you have game development related questions, feel free. I'm kidding, but I'm sure you'll be super happy to answer. In any case, let's start with talking about the update to the token. So if you have watched the most recent video or read the latest Medium article, we are introducing a vesting period to our token, meaning effectively that the token will not be available on your wallets before the end of the vesting period. This is done mainly because we are kind of anticipating the sale to reach a certain amount that would not be what we had predicted. So that's not an issue. You know, the market is in a pretty bad state. People are reluctant to buy into tokens, reluctant to buy into new things. You know, it's kind of the same money going around in the space. And you know, we're not exempt of that, and we have to take measures to make sure that the token doesn't flop. And that main measure is allowing venture capitalists to get in through a private sale. So I've detailed all of this in the latest video, and it's the best thing to look at or just read the Medium article to better understand. But basically, we are offering the possibility to the public to buy at a discounted price on the 3rd of June. And this will be the only occasion where the public can get it at a discounted price. And then the rest of the percentage that is dedicated to the ICO will be sold to a coalition of venture capitalists. What this means is that there will be investment from bigger groups and of larger amounts, but that takes more time to set up. And how this works is that you usually have a VC leader, an investment leader, that presents basically the token, the project to their coalition, and that's the way funds are raised. But this process takes time, and we are taking the time to make sure that we can reach a maximum amount of VCs. And once those VCs have decided, we can invest, then they will be able to buy the token on the private sale. And when the VCs buy the token at the private sale, the token will be freed and the vesting period will end. Um, of course, if you need more information about that and to properly understand what it means, again, feel free to watch the latest YouTube video where I explain it into more details. But obviously, when we were talking about this issue for the last 2 weeks basically, and going back and forth with what ideas we had to make it work, and this seemed like the only good scenario that we had. And in our opinion, how we see it is um, guaranteeing that we have this VC investment guarantees that the token will be at a healthy price for a while. It heavily limits the risks of it being dumped because there is no advantage for the VC to dump a token. And yeah, we also what we are doing is that we don't want to offer people to buy something and it's completely useless before the end of the vesting period. No, That's why we are creating this whole virtual balance system that was detailed in the Medium article, and that basically mirrors what you would have in Dollar Agora. So to explain it a bit better, it's like you have staked, for example, you have staked 3 exclusives. You have, I don't know, $3,000 Agora available. This balance is available to you for every of our features. So when it's going to be the PFP mint, you're going to be able to use those Dollar Agora. When we are rolling out the Access Card upgrade system, you will be able to use those Dollar Agora. When we are also doing the updated, revamped raffle staking type of deal, you will be again able to use those virtual tokens. The only thing that you cannot do is withdraw the token to your wallet. And this is obviously a manner for us to avoid the token being dumped, or that somebody other than us gives the token a liquidity pool, because that is what happens. Because if we allow this, that will mean that VCs will have a way more comfortable position. They will say, well, look at the price of your token. I'm not going to invest the same that I would now, you know. So in our opinion, like from the outside, we look at it as a win-win scenario. You know, committed holders that have staked their card, that have held on to their loft, and that will hold on to their lofts even longer, will get their tokens. If they want to have more, they will be able to buy more, and they'll be able to use those tokens. They won't be able to flip it, but I don't think that our long-term holders are into flipping anyways. And the only ones that might be a bit disgruntled by it is the people that registered to the ICO with the intent to flip it. And to that I say, well, tough luck, you know. That is how it's going to be. Now the question is obviously we have all those systems that we need to put in place, the virtual token system. It's not that big of a development process. We'll still be kind of in the same deadlines. But yeah, in our opinion, I think we have the best of both worlds, meaning that we have more time to develop our features, waiting while the VCs will invest. This waiting period allows also for a larger investment by the VCs. And when they invest into the token, you have some kind of guarantee that it won't be dumped the day after, because it is held up by solid backing. So yeah, the only thing that will not be doable is to sell the token right after the ICO. That's about it. And again, all the funds that will be raised on the 3rd of June, we are not touching, we are not using, and we are committed, if we fail to gather this VC coalition, to refund everybody's remaining Agora balance. But we will manage, to have this coalition. We have had talks with already 4 investment leaders, which is great, because we will be able to put them in competition basically with each other. And I can also explain, how VCs make money with tokens, if that is something that's interesting to you. But yeah, that's the way we are choosing to approach it. Sorry, it might sound maybe a bit confusing as I explain it right now, but the explanation is available on Medium and on YouTube as well, if you prefer a more visual experience. But yeah, that was an important decision. There hasn't been much comments about it from the community, which which means either two things: is that people don't necessarily understand what vesting is and means, or that they agree with it. And I'm leaning more to the thing that they don't necessarily know what vesting is, and that is why we will have, for example, on the ICO day on the 3rd of June, we will have a pop-up saying, "Warning: this token will be vested for at least X amount of months. Make sure that it is what you want." Um, we have already, put out that information. We want to make sure that everybody that's buying the token knows this. Token will be vested until VC investment, and yeah, that will be the way for us to move forward. But again, we are excited to have the token available, this virtual token available, to develop all the features that I talked about, whether that be PFP that we are announcing soon. We have some visuals ready. PFP and access card upgrade and raffle staking, all that stuff that we're going to be developing in this vesting period. Yeah, so that's about it for the kind of token aspect. Now onto the game. So we have released our internal launcher. So that is the launcher that our team uses to test bugs and find glitches and all that stuff. We have released it to our beta testers. So we have some of our beta testers right here in this AMA. I know Jimmy got his hands on it. He tried it yesterday. I know that, well, obviously Arago as well. But you know, it's great to have this beta testing channel because we have been brought up a lot of bugs, but we have a lot of stuff that's working now. You know, the ability to join your friend's loft is working. Your chat is working more or less. There are still fixes to be done there. But it's a massive step forward in regards to how the last release went. So we're happy about it. Still looking to release the public launcher version before the 3rd of June. But yeah, we'll see how that works exactly. There are, you know, notorious for beta testers out there. Has been bringing up a lot of bugs, so we'll have to work on those. But yeah, of course, if anybody here is interested in testing the beta, testing our internal launcher, you can also just ask a member of the team to be added to the beta tester role, open a ticket, or just write it here in the AMA questions chat, and I will do it ASAP. Yeah, this beta testing system is all thanks to Arago that's here. We effectively have two versions of the game that are running all the time, which is just massive for us in terms of testing and uh, you know, actually trying the product before it's released, because that is what was so hard before, is that we could only have an idea of what the game looked like once we had built it, and usually then it's too late. So now we are able to have that kind of advance and to be way more. Oh, I mean, we can adapt way more to the potential issues that may arise. So yeah, that's going along very well. We're so how it's going to work after the lofts are released is we are going to have a part of the team that will be dedicated to fix issues, fix bugs that may still happen on there, and we'll have another part of the team continue working on our first metashop proof of concept design. Um, we actually have 3D artists already working on like the concept shop for the lofts, so of all our products and offers, and it's going to be pretty cool. And that will be the version of the game that we will present to, you know, potential business partners. Um, and on that note, we are adding two more game developers to our team. They will be basically interns. Um, Interns that will help us on the bug fixing and the glitch aspect part. Since, you know, we have registered a company, we can legally take in interns, and yeah, we will do that. It's a great experience for both them and us, you know. Um, and the more, the merrier, let's say. And I'm just happy about the process, you know, the kind of the way that the team is working now on the game development side of things. It's way more organized. It's less last minute stuff, and you know, with time we'll keep on time and experience, you know, keep on improving and building more efficient processes and manners of working. um, so yeah, that's about it on terms of game development. um, we've still got staking that's kind of a curse now, to be honest. Staking for Agora. Okay, guys. I'm saying this every week, but it will come out, right? It will come out working is what we want the most important. Now I've talked about all this virtual balance stuff, so there had to be some more fixes. With our devs, it's like, okay, Monday it will be fine, but when he says that, it's more like, okay, it will be Wednesday. We know how it works. Um, but the goal is before the ICO, have the staking ready, so you guys can start accumulating, even though it will be a bit less than what was envisioned. We will, you know, we will adapt that. We will take into account that there has been less staking time when we determine the price for the PFP collection, and yeah, it'll be ready once we are super confident about how it works, and it's actually, you know, up to the standards we want to give it. Um, yeah. What else? What else? I'm trying to think on the development side of things before talking about the kind of the state of Solana, because I love those talks. But yeah, we're still talking with partners. There are two NFT partners that will have their metashops coming out. I'm hoping one for sure next week, so this coming week. A pretty big project on Solana, and the other one is an up and coming one that makes a lot of sense with our project. We have had great talks already. So we're working on their metashops, working on announcing the partnership with them. I guess I could talk about it. It's Era Meta. Maybe some of you are aware of this project. Their whole kind of pitch is to bring in traditional business into Web3, into the Metaverse. So this is obviously, straight what we would like to do, straight up what we would like to do. And they are kind of the middleman. They would act like the middleman between traditional businesses and the Metaverse. So they're an interesting project. They're a very professional looking project. I've had multiple talk with their teams. They're fully doxed. They know their stuff. And we have a great rapport, so we will officialize this partnership with the Metashop release. And yeah, we'll be looking forward to work into the future, and definitely think there's something interesting to be played there. And the other project still have to get some confirmations, but it's a popular NFT project on Solana. Let's say it that way. Um, then again, yeah. So okay, that's I think that's about it for the development side of things. Let's talk a bit about the market just quickly. I don't want to bore you guys too much, but I think you guys look at the market as I do. It's in a weird state. Solana is at $40 or something, which is awful. But we'll get out of it eventually, hopefully. No, I know that we'll get back up, but yeah, it's obviously not things are not looking too hot in crypto at the moment. But those periods happen, and you have to build through, and you have to kind of power through them, even though it's uh, not really doing it in a comfortable position. But yeah, I just want also your opinions on kind of the trend on Solana right now. Um, I kind of called it the last weeks, saying that we have this meta at the moment, which is Twitter accounts that are heavily botted with what we call, well, what projects call branding, which is pretty pictures and uh, all those kind of designs and whatever. It's so funny to be on the spectator side of Solana, right? You see all those trends coming in. Basically, the OK Bears copycats, and I think Trippin Apes was that last peak. And I'd be careful with any further ones, whether they be great codes, all that stuff. Again, not financial advice. Do your own research, all that jazz. But curious to have you guys' opinion on what the next trend for the market will be, because obviously we will be having our PFP collection as well, and I want to be on the forefront of that. I've got some ideas, obviously. Obviously, not going to bot our Twitter account to 100,000 followers, because that's, I mean, ridiculous. If you want, I mean, if anybody has more followers than Deagles on Twitter in less than a week, then I just consider it suspicious, right? Uh, that's just how I see Twitter followers as a whole on Solana. Um, but yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. I'm very curious to see how the great goats are going to happen. I hope that everybody, will find what they need in there. Um, but yeah, I think we are, it's again Solana meta. It lasts 1 month, 1 month and a half, and then we'll have a new project that brings something interesting, and everybody will mimic it. So I'm just curious to see what the next project will be, and hopefully it might be our PFP collection. Who knows? Our PFP collection will be quite unique in the sense of how you can acquire it. So maybe that might be of some interest, and it will be definitely rewarded easier to our community than to newcomers. But yeah, I'm still kind of working on the whole marketing side for the PFP campaign. This is going to be fun to do. Kind of forgot how fun it was to prepare to build new projects and stuff. So that's going to be interesting. Um, what else do I want to talk about? Maybe I can talk about. No, let's say. Well, I guess I'm just going to take in some questions. Um, Probably. I hope I'm not forgetting anything, but I'm sure you guys will tell me if I forgot anything. So I will move on to the AMA questions chat. Sorry, I'm laughing because I saw some funny comments. And the AMA questions chat, by the way, guys, it's open all week now. So if you want, if you know you won't be here for the AMA, you can just pre-type your question in, and I will address it. So we'll start with Greece that asked yesterday. How is it going with staking platform test? Is the release still scheduled before the ICO? So I touched on this. Since we are moving to this virtual balance stuff, there are some corrections to be done, and I'm really, really, really pushing hard for before the ICO, because every time I just feel stupid telling you guys, oh, it's going to be this day, it's going to be this day, and I can't give you a serious date, and it's starting to piss me off, to be honest. But yes, I'm pushing hard for it to be before the ICO. The tests are going fine. I just staked and unstaked first try on the testing platform, so it's encouraging. Now it's detail stuff, and yeah, hope we can get there. Are we going to know PFP collection mint price before the ICO? It can influence me to buy more tokens. That's an interesting thought for sure. I have to think about it in terms of the rollout that we want to do for the PFP collection, announcing the price. I think so. I want to say yes. Yeah, I think that will be an interesting thing to explore for sure. When Lambo? Probably not soon if you ask in a Discord chat. At first I was a bit upset about the token not being sellable right away, but now I'm very happy. It's definitely the best solution. Gonna stack it up and upgrade some cards. Yeah, I would understand the frustration, right? Because people want to be free of their to do what they want with their investment, and we completely understand it and respect it. But then you have to think what would happen with the token realistically, right? You're gonna have an influx of people that are maybe outside of the projects that get in at the discount price, and when the public price hits, they bring the value down, and it wouldn't look too good. Especially in nowadays market conditions where you just have a little bit of panic and things start to crumble. So we want to avoid that because the token is central to our ecosystem, to our project, and how we want to move forward. And we just can't allow it to be dumped or just not have sufficient funds behind it backing it. And that's why we are going to the VC route. It's way more difficult in terms of preparation because VCs, they want to make sure that they're investing in something that's valuable. And all the pitches that we had with VCs have been very encouraging. Just the talks that we've had with some of them were quite intimidating because some of them are moving a lot of money around, and can't really say the names like that, but it's humbling for sure. But yeah, I think it's a better thing long term. Again, the long term might be a bit of a meme at the moment, but it's true. We allow people to get in at a discounted price, and the VCs come at a later date and they bring solid backing to the token, and they basically guarantee it doesn't crumble beneath a certain point. Um, so we think it's important to do it this way for sure. If it had been 3 months ago, when the market was how it was, then it would have been great. But it's not how it is nowadays, and we can't just pretend like we're going to raise an insane amount of money and the token will be going insanely. And no, let's be realistic about it. When Ziplin whale? Not sure about it. What is a VC? Can you explain it in football terms? All right, so VC is what we call venture capitalists. So they are investment funds. Maybe that makes more sense. They manage money. They manage large sums of money, and they invest it in upcoming projects where they think they can make more money. They play a game of high risk, high reward, basically, because they put in their funds into projects that are typically not that are a bit more risky, obviously, because things might happen, team might be dissolved, whatever. They don't have a say really in it, but the outcome for them might be very beneficial. How a VC makes money in crypto is pretty interesting. They are basically granted a discount because they buy in a large bulk, and they are also guaranteed amount of the supply at an even lower price, but at a further date. So that means if the token reached $5, for example, they have a buy-in option at 50 cents or something like that, because they will have put that $1 million 1 year beforehand. So that's how they make that money. There are other ways around it, but they don't buy into the actual capital of the I don't know if you call it that way in capital shares. They don't buy shares of the company when it comes to token sale. They have those options put in basically to maximize their gains. If I could compare it to football terms, it's kind of hard. I guess like you have those. Like Chelsea was sold by Roman Abramovich for a coalition of American investors, and they bought Chelsea Football Club at 3 billion, but it's valued at 2 billion. And why did they do that? Because in their projections, Chelsea Football Club will be valued at 10 billion in 10 years. It's that kind. Okay, there you go for your football analysis. It's not the best, but it's the best I can do. Uh, yeah, I hope that kind of sheds some light on VC. But it's basically, yeah, large investors put in a lot of money at once, and they get benefits for putting large amounts of money at once. And what's interesting for people that get in at a discount is that they will be on early before the VCs are in, and they'll be basically kind of on the same playing field as them. Uh, but yeah. When abstract art rarity for raffles being explained? Probably looking to explain the system sometime in June. I can't be 100% about it just yet, because obviously we are completely revamping raffle staking, and abstract art will play a role in it. We have said it, we have announced it, so it will happen. We might have a bunch of delays, but we actually deliver what we say, so it will come. But yeah, I'll share more explanation about how it works when it's ready to go. Like what you did with the token, was really scared of a quick dump after the recent crypto crash. As I understand it, the only way to get dollar Agora now is the ICO or staking, and it does not seem like we are advertising for the PFP before ICO. Since we are minting the PFP with dollar Agora, this also means that it will be hard and possible for many to mint it. Are you concerned that the PFP collection will go under the radar if most people can't access the token they need for mint? So that's a very valid concern. Indeed, people will only get their hands on the token during the ICO or staking, but they will also be able to buy it at public sale price after the end of the ICO. So basically the ICO is a window of time for the public to get the token at a discount, and then it will be up, but at public sale price. So for example, the NFT collection releases, I'm missing $800 Agora to buy it. You can go and buy it at public sale price. It'll be more expensive, obviously, than the discounted version, but it will be at normal price. This will be in a limited supply, obviously. The whole percentage of supply for the ICO is 16%. VCs will have something like 12% or 13% or something, and the remaining percentage will be split amongst the discount and the public sale. And yeah, so you'll be able to complete, and people that will get in the project, they'll be like, oh, but I don't have enough Agora, or I don't have a loft, I just want to buy the PFP. So they'll be able to buy a dollar Agora at any time, but at public sale price, because they would not have been there for the discount day. So I think it's an interesting way to do it. I'm also looking at offering the PFP collection in Sol. So Agora and Sol, but make it more expensive in Sol. So I still have to go around the idea with my devs. If they tell me you're smoking weed, then I probably am. But yeah, I would like it for it to be in dollar Agora and then in Sol as well, but it be more expensive in Sol than in dollar Agora, if that makes sense. Hope I answered your question. Hey, when can we use test access card with iOS? So not sure what you mean. Do you mean staking on iOS or playing the game on iOS? So if it's actually playing the game on iOS, the mobile app for the game, so the phone app for the game is something that we are planning for next year. But if you're talking just about playing on Mac, that's coming rather soon, because we have all done the whole code signing stuff. And yeah. What size collection is a PFP collection going to be? We have been going back and forth with it. I think the most logical thing is to get close to the amount of unique holders for lofts. So I think we have around between 2,500 and 3,000 unique holders for lofts, which is quite a good amount actually, and get close to that amount in terms of PFP collection size. I don't think it's necessary to have like one PFP per loft per access card. I don't think it's makes sense. But yeah, we would be closer to the amount of unique holders in terms of size collection. But tell me, guys, what you think about it. I think we're still debating it, but yeah, it won't be a 10k collection, right? Like let's be honest here. It still has to be something that reflects our community and that feels a bit exclusive to have. So yeah. Hey, hi Snowfall, how are you doing? I hope you're well as well. Had some errands. We'll catch up for the upcoming recap for sure. It'll be up on YouTube as well. And if you want to learn more about the token and the recent changes we made, feel free to look at the video we also made on the topic. They can purchase Agora same as people purchase Dust. Yes and no, because you'll be purchasing Agora. Yeah, so that's an important thing actually I need to say as well. You'll be purchasing Agora. It will be going to your balance on our website, but you won't receive the token because it's vested. What I forgot to say is at the end of the vesting period, whatever amount you have on the website, you will be airdropped on your wallet. So yeah, it basically mirrors in real time what your balance is, with the only drawback being that you can't sell the token. Hope that makes sense. Sorry I missed it probably then though, but when can whales start buying Agora? So that will be on the 3rd of June. So at the discount rate of 20% off. The time I need to remember, but it will be on the 3rd of June that you guys can get it at the discount. Yeah. This might have been said before, but I can't recall. Does every loft holder get whitelist spot for PFP? So there are different ways we want to look at it for whitelists. Yes, I want to say yes. I want to say that every loft holder will have it, because it will be close to the number of unique holders, so that every loft holder will be able to at least mint one. But let's say I'm not sure about the whitelist system as of yet. I can't be 100% sure about it because it's going to be a bit special since you guys will be able to mint in Agora, and the only you will be paying. Some of you will be paying in Agora, so that will kind of already be a kind of pre-whitelist stage. I still have to go to talk about that stuff with my developers, but they are still busy with staking and the ICO itself. But it will all be detailed, and obviously holders and even more long-term holders and on whales and stuff will have the option to buy PFPs. That's obvious. Will it be a wallet mint or token mint for PFP? I think wallet mint is more sensible. I don't like what happens with token mints nowadays. Opens the ground too much to scam and yeah, that kind of behaviors. I think wallet mints is a bit more sensible. So yeah, nothing 100%, but wallet mints is probably what it's going to be. For sure, Soul Merchant, have a good one. Alright guys, tons of questions, that's great. Some really good questions as well. Exclusive card just sold. Oh well, that's somebody with taste. I see some people typing up. No worries, Joser. Hope you're doing well. Smart Sea Society, right? How are they? I kind of seen it from afar, but yeah. When we'll be able to mint? Sorry, really, I've been busy with work and study. Never really got to catch up. That's fine, man. There is so much stuff to, that like this is a full-time job to be able to catch up on every Discord and every Twitter announcement and stuff. So it completely makes sense. The token sale is on the 3rd of June. So the opportunity to buy our token at a discounted rate. The token will be vested for a period of at least 3 months, meaning that you won't be able to sell it, but you will still be able to use it, for example, to mint our PFP collection, or to use the upgrade access card system, or the new revamped raffle staking system. So that's for the token aspect. Then for the PFP side of things, we haven't given the date yet, but it will be sometime late June, I'm thinking, or early July, something like that. Actually, we want to release some sneak peeks for the PFP before the 3rd of June, so very, very soon. We have the artist already, we have some of the variations, we have the name, we have kind of the catchphrase, we are building the kind of GIFs and memes and stuff, so it will be very soon in the coming days. I can't say anything yet, but yeah. We are very excited for it, especially Beaver. He's our creative director. He's been working hand in hand with the artist, with the PFP, and it's exciting to make a PFP and to give something to our community to kind of rep online. Thanks, AJ. It's very kind of you. I know you've been around for a while as well, so it's always good to see you back. Thank you for being for supporting the project. It means a lot. All right, guys. If there are any more questions, feel free to type them in chat. Otherwise, I will be signing off for today. But if anybody wants to take the stage, sorry, obviously they can take the stage. Ask me a question directly on voice chat. But yeah, if everything's good with everybody, I hope everybody's doing well in those weird times that we're living in terms of the market. Sometimes it's better to take a walk inside. No, okay, never mind. I was trying to do some motivational stuff. That's not my cup of tea. Sorry. Um, but yeah, sometimes it's good to be disconnecting from the screen a bit. I guess I'll leave it to that. But yeah. Thank you, Trixie. Thank you for being here again on the weekly AMA. I hope everything is going right with SMU as well. I know they're always killing it, so I know that you're always active on Twitter as well, so it's great. And Joy is doing memes, I guess. Yeah, thank you, Moo. Alright, guys, thank you very much for joining in today. If there is, of course, any questions, feel free to ask it in any of our channels. We will make sure either me or one of the moderators or any member of the team to get back to you. By the way, sorry, I'm doing some Joy appreciation. Can we get some claps in the chat for Joy, because he has been killing it, and I mean killing it with the whitelist stuff. We have had so many projects, where we had whitelists for, and that our whales and exclusives have been able to also get their kind of exclusive giveaways, and also for our general holder base. So Joey has been killing it. I don't know how he does it. He's connected to the whole Solana space, that guy. But yeah, amazing job by him. And like sometimes I actually read someone became a whale just because we have so many whitelist opportunities. And I was blown away by that, because that was, that is sometimes what the whole NFT collection is about, being, having this alpha, whitelist spots or whatever. And it's just a side thing for us, right? It's something to get back to our community in the meanwhile. And some guy literally, became a whale for that. So that cracked me up. Uh, Sometimes maybe I have to remind some of the people, oh yeah, we're building a metaverse, by the way, guys, hello. But yeah, it is what it is. Alright, guys, enjoy your Sunday. I'm signing off. See you soon. Bye bye.